So Mark Selby is behind for the first time. He doesn't want to go 2 frames behind, though. As he breaks off in frame 6. One from the very top draw. They're playing some stuff now between the two of them. They're bringing the best out in each other. Selby looking for a response to losing that last frame. Well, this is some response, this first red. Sweet as a nut. And nicely into the pack. Well, he's got them open. OK, the black's tied up, but the reds are open. He's got the blue to go out. The pink's just run a little awkward as well, so this is not necessarily straightforward, but if he can start picking reds off and clear the black spot area, eventually he'll be on it and away, as long as he can keep getting the right side of the blue. Top side, that is. Got there at his first attempt. Sean Murphy, I saw him in the week talking about break building as we see the pack split again. And he was saying, Sean, that quite often he'll play more for a bulk colour so that he's guaranteed to get top side of the blue. If he's on the blue, then he'll then play it. But playing for bulk colours, at least you're guaranteeing yourself of a colour. Finish wrong side of the blue, then cue ball has to go in and out of bulk and things can go wrong.
12.
Every player, I guess, has their own way of approaching the game. But here's an example of not getting the right side of the blue, so it just complicates things a little bit if the cue ball has to start travelling. There's a chance it'll collide with bulk colours and things will go wrong. It hasn't done that here.
18. $19. $24. 25.
He's taking his time, but you can't blame him. Because he needs to make sure, particularly position for blue, as already mentioned. But also the way the match has swung now in Ding's favour. Can't afford a slip up here. Because one mistake could be 4-2. The way Ding's played the last couple of frames.
30. 31.
Well, that'll do.
36.
Same problem though, it's the same thing. It's not getting the right side of that blue. Cubal having to travel much further distance than he would like, and again, got to avoid bulk colours. Overdone it.
42.
And can he get, is there a gap through to the red to the right corner? He's having a look. Ooh. It's tight, but I think he can pot that red. Just above the black. It's not what he played on, but he'll take it. He's working hard for these.
43.
Well, he's still having to work hard. This might be end of break now. Yep. Nominated the yellow, so... Sorry, nominated the brown, but same difference, end of break. So, a hard-earned 43 puts the brown safe for security. Selby's break ended with a long red, but because the black was tied up and the pink was a little safe, it was always tough to win the frame just on the blue. But he's got a useful lead, he's got the brown safe. He's got Ding in a little bit of bother here.
Oh, and a miss. Max Selby 4.
Nope. He's never heading to the middle of the pocket, which he's got to be at that acute angle. If he's going to drop. The middles are pretty brutal. Well, there's some noise from somewhere in the arena, which just as he was lining up the shot has put him off. He's having to refocus. We'll never know if he'd have potted the red without that, but it didn't help his concentration, clearly. So he's back in.
1.
Again, it could have finished better in terms of position. It was a big shot to play. He was always on a red, so he had to get it, but he didn't. So Selby leads by 48 points, but there's still 6 reds on here.
One.
So this time the black does pot to this right corner. Earlier on, Selby put the brown safe. That could help now. But, of course, the key thing is it's out of his hands. It's down to Ding to certainly make this frame closer. Ooh, but he's missed that one. He's not left it on, but he'll be disappointed. Well, a few nerves can be forgiven. It's a big match, this. They've had all day to look forward to it. No play this afternoon. They know who's in the final. Player everyone wants to test themselves against, you know, Sullivan. So it's a big match, and we've had the interval, no more breaks now. It's straight through first to 6 wins. Two hours playing time. Most of that felt like the first frame. It was about 50 minutes, so it's not quite accurate, but a lot of time was taken up with that first frame. Kind of knew what sort of frame it was going to be when all the colours just went off their spots. It was very scrappy, and this could be a bit scrappy here with those 3 reds now on the cushion. But a 40-point lead in this situation is good. Selby realistically only needs 2 reds, 2 blues or blacks, and Ding needs a snooker. That's not so hot though. Well, he's finished nowhere really. The option to bring the brown out, because as I say, Selby put it there for security. Ding's going to need it. That's what he's doing, just nudging it into play while at the same time covering the loose red. Well, obviously wanted to get past the middle pocket, caught the bump, the knuckle. Just slightly overcut it. Well, from that angle it looks like it cuts. It's very thin. Not interested in that. Well, Mark Selby is 39 in front, so he's going to need one of the reds that are around the black safe. So even though he's got a good lead, it's not insurmountable. He's going to have to develop those reds at some point himself. So this is a cagey little moment in this frame. A little stalemate. Well, someone I'm sure said re-rack, but he doesn't want that with a 39-point lead. Suits Ding, this. And he's got another red into play, which also suits him, although of course Selby could win the frame with 2 open reds, so it kind of suits him as well. Dangerous for Selby, everything suddenly out in the open. Not easy, this red. It's a frame loser, you suspect, if he does miss it. But he hasn't missed it. So Ding with a chance here, and what a steal this would be, because Selby's been bossing this frame from early doors, but Ding is in, and the table looking a lot healthier for break building than it was a few minutes ago.
8.
Pink is still a problem ball. There's the arena scoreboard that the audience and indeed the players can refer to.
9. $16.
Just a little short on this black.
17.
Trying to hold that cue ball. He's done it well. Very well. So, as I say, the pink becomes a factor here. The brown he nudged into a more potable position after Selby put it on the cushion, but still he's going to need good position to get on it. So not straightforward, but it would be a great steal, it really would. Selby wouldn't lose many of these sort of frames when he's been in front like this and had balls awkward.
$32.
Well, he was going along well, but misses the yellow with the rest.
Junhui, 32.
It was a pressure shot, but there's been a few of those already in the break. So 7 points in it. And of course that means that, as it stands, Selby doesn't need the pink. He needs down to the blue. 10-hole frame this. Looks like a snooker. Well, it's a good snooker, and the idea is to set up a chance from it, which is what's happened.
Two.
Well, things just missed a tough yellow, but this is even tougher, really, this green with the rest. Selby doesn't have to play the pot. Working out exactly what he needs. He's 9 in front, so he needs green, brown and blue. In it goes, but another tough one on brown again. He can play safe. Wait for another chance. 12 in front.
Alright, Selby 5.
Another chance for Selby. Brown and blue required. Not to be. Not to be on the brown. He'll be seriously annoyed if he eventually loses this frame, because he's, as I say, been in control of it for long periods, but despite a few chances hasn't yet killed it off. battle on the brown. But remember, Ding also needs that pink, which is awkward. Selby doesn't as it stands. If Ding were to pot the brown, though, then Selby would need the pink, because the best he could do would be 13 in front on the pink. Ding could still tie. Meanwhile, he's looking to get him in trouble here. Oh, he got close to it as well. Big moments these. Selby led twice by the odd frame. Ding looking to lead by 2 for the first time in a frame that he's always been chasing. This is a good effort from Selby. Ooh, close to a snooker. Well, that brown just kept on running and running. Shows how fast the table is that the brown was onto the middle. He needs the cue ball to slow up though, as I say, fast table. Well, would have liked an easier blue than this. It is effectively for the frame, because he'd be 21 in front with 13 on, but it could be easier. But he's potted it. Ding needs 2 snookers on pink and black.
9.
Surely not going to happen against Mark Selby. So Selby has dug deep in this frame. Could have lost it. Ding missed that yellow with the rest. Attempting to make a clearance.
Mark Selby 9.
Selby ultimately won the battle of the brown, and he has levelled up. There's never been more than a frame between these two tonight. There might not be right to the very end. It's first to 6 to play Ronnie O'Sullivan in the World Grand Prix final. Mark Selby and Ding Junhui level at 3 frames all. Level for the third time this evening. Mark Selby and Ding Junhui in the semi-finals of the World Grand Prix. Just while we have a moment, don't forget it's not long to wait for the next tournament. Monday morning, in fact, the Welsh Open in Cardiff. We'll have live coverage from 11 o'clock CET on Monday morning. The last of the Home Nations events. Stuart Bingham is, of course, the defending champion in Wales. So that's Monday. But as for now, who's going to come through this one? It could be a late finish here. It's already 10 to 10 in the evening. But plenty of people will be here to the end at Preston Guildhall to see who comes through. We're just waiting for Selby to return here. Here he comes. So he's levelled up. And it's 3 each.
Thank you. Frame 7. Ding Junhui to break.
Well, Ding was chasing the game in that 6th frame, and in the end it went to Selby, so 3 apiece. Well, one of many long pots that's flown in from either queue. This time the queue of Junhui screwing back as well. Brilliant.
Sorry.
Cue ball hangs on. He's lost the two slowest frames of the night, Ding. His natural game is to attack and make breaks, and that's what he'll be looking to do again, because Selby is a master at those sort of frames, however long they take. But Ding more than up to the task when it comes to the break building side of the game.
Nine.
Well, it wriggled and it wobbled, but it didn't drop.
Junhui 9.
And this time, it is any contact will knock it in. I think he can see it directly anyway, but the red's going in. Yes, he can, so it's no problem.
One.
Well, this could still finish okay, but the cue ball has run to the top cushion.
6. Max Selby 6.
Another good long pot, this time Mark Selby. Been a few frames though where, you know, you look at the table, the black's tied up, the pink's tied up. So, although there have been breaks in the match, at other times it's been harder to find fluency. And sometimes you can only take what's there.
Four.
Problem now is getting on the next colour, because the bottom red is going to be running into the top red if he pots it. Top red is potable, but a little trickier, a little thinner, so missable. That's the one he's taken on. And that's the one he's potted.
5.
Another example of what I was saying.
9.
On an awkward table, cue ball travelling, more chance of running into balls and losing position. But Selby, his great strength, or one of them anyway, is his patience. And okay, he's annoyed there, but ultimately he's just going to soldier on. He's had a nice nudge off the green, not quite as intended to get the snooker, but Selby will look forward, not back, I think. That's clearly a big mistake. And he knows it. Question is, though, what will it cost him? Still pink and black not in great positions, so same applies, really. Selby got to try and get into these reds and try and get something happening. Try and open the game up.
Six. Seven.
Well, he has gone into the reds, as I suggested, but it's wouldn't you know it, it's finished awkward again. Not a lot of smiling from the Leicester jester here. It's hard work. Pink's out in play now, but it's about the next red. Doesn't fancy taking on a risky pot, so it's back to the long grass with a safety. Again, patience is a virtue.
Nice, Selby 12.
So Mark Selby's had various openings that haven't led to much. Now it's Junhui that's in. And the same applies, he's got to stay positive. Try not to get sucked into the tactical stuff. Really make an effort now that he's in here.
4. Five. Ten. Eleven. Seventeen. 18. 24. 25.
This is what Selby didn't have. Pink on its spot and open reds. He was trying to open the game up. But it's Ding at the moment benefiting. 13 in front. With 3 reds out in the open. You'd fancy
31.
him here to do enough for a 4-3 lead.
Thirty-two. 38. 39.
He's going to need the last red after this pink, and Mark Selby will need a snooker. Mark Selby, who again made the running, but it was an awkward table. Another one of these frames where black and pink out of commission, and it was hard going for Selby once things opened up.
45.
And Ding got in. It was more beneficial to scoring, and that's what he's done. This is frame ball to lead 4-3.
46. 52. 48.
There'll be no playing on for snookers now. It's going to be advantage Ding again in this seesaw battle here in Preston this evening. Fascinating contest between two great snooker players, two great match players, giving their all. So 54 from Ding, and Mark Selby stays in his seat. The next frame's huge. If Ding can get to 5, he becomes a big favourite here. Mark Selby, the world champion, he's hanging on. He can't make inroads into this match, and it's Ding who leads 4-3. Arena. Ronnie O'Sullivan, I suppose, wouldn't mind if it was a midnight finish from his point of view. Get whoever comes through a little bit tired, because it's worth saying after these matches, the players don't just go off to the hotel and go to bed. They have quite a few media commitments to do, and it can be hard to switch off and relax after a match like this. We still don't know who's going to win, but Ding, we do know, is back in front. So Mark Selby finds himself 4-3 down. There's never been more than one between them. This is a big frame, this 8th frame. If Ding wins it, he's only one from victory.
Mark Selby to break.
Another cracking pop. Needs the cue ball just to stop, and it's just about okay. It's just again evidence of the fast cloth. It was reclothed a couple of nights ago, this table. Worth saying, of course, Ding, he played all these matches on table 2. This is table 1, where Selby's been playing his matches. Didn't quite come off that, so back to the safety.
Danger, right, 4.
Black again is covered, but pink and blue available, and a red available as well to the left corner.
One.
Well, the black's free, but that's all it is. Really is a night for patience. Ding wise though not to tie the black up, just play safe off it and try and wait for another chance, and if that chance comes along then big colours in play. It would be an opportunity to make a big break. Oh, what about this one? Very close to getting right in behind the brown. As it is, it's pretty handy where it is now. And with the reds opening up, it is danger for Selby. Ding waiting to pounce if he gets a chance here. He played it well. He was a little bit into the lion's den. All those reds in the open, but Selby, cool as ever, has found a safe spot. Well, he was snookered a moment ago, now he's got Ding in trouble. Big trouble, really. So it's a similar task for Ding, trying to find that safe place and not leave any sort of pot on. Round the back of the brown. Great effort this. Great effort. Saw him working out a path and he followed it superbly. There's the safety stats. Good for both, but better for Selby, which is no great surprise. 92% though is excellent. His concentration as well is so good. Always sees things clearly and knows what the right shot is. Of course, playing it is the hard bit. But he's played another good one here. Well, so many balls in the way here. You would think for Selby to get through. Be nice to see the angle here. This is the angle we need to see. So the second red doesn't seem to pass the one by the pocket. That's the one that Selby can't quite get to. The only other one would be a bold shot down the side cushion, possibly as a big pocket. Could pop the red off another one. That's what he's looking at. Well, not that one. I was thinking of the one by the black. They're both looking to see if Ding can get through. Selby's still looking. It's not straightforward, this. Ding looking from the pocket end as well. Obviously tight past the black. Seems to have made his mind up to play it. Well, what damage has been done? Just depends again, if reds are in one another's way here, he might not have left anything. Ding's sort of rueful look suggests possibly he hasn't. He's been lucky not to, if that's the case. And you see they're all covering one another. There's no joking around there, is there, from Selby? He's disappointed, understandably, not to get on a red. He's looking at all sorts here. Plant, I mean, they're so far apart. He's playing it with safety in mind, of course, but I don't quite know what's going to be left around the pocket area. Oh, it's dropped. It's dropped.
One.
Not quite sure that's exactly how he played it, but anyway, it's gone in. And this is going to be tied in behind the brown again. Turning that screw, and this is trouble now. Look where all the reds are. There's one over a pocket. They're everywhere. So how do you get it safe here? Odds are you don't. Well, you can't blame him for spending a bit of thinking time here. Nearly 2 minutes, but what are you supposed to do? It might just be go with pace and hope for the best. The potential to cannon a red onto the one over the pocket, possibly pot it. Can't think of anything else, and sometimes it's the best choice just to whack it, basically. Doesn't sound very nuanced, but we've seen it happen. And you can get safe. All things can happen, as I say, you can fluke a red. Bad news for Ding is he's got to do something. As we approach 2.5 minutes for the shot. Selby happy in his seat at the moment, surveying the scene if he comes back to the table with a chance to level up at 4-4. Tony Drago once won a frame in 3 minutes. That's how long Ding was pretty much spent on this shot. Still working things out as we approach 3 minutes for the shot. He's working out some sort of plan here, but it's going to come to a point where he's got to play it, and that's when we will find out possibly the direction of this frame. Here we go, 3.5 minutes he spent on this. Surely the longest he's ever spent on any shot. And that is not what he intended, obviously. Well, he was in a lot of trouble. Selby put him there, and now Mark Selby will be doing everything in his powers to reap the rewards.
One. Seven. Eight. Thirteen. 14. 20. 21. 27, yeah.
Got to concentrate, because one slip up and he opens the door for Ding to possibly take a 5-3 lead. But Mark Selby is so good at just focusing on the task in hand, what's on the table, rather than thinking about the wider meaning of it.
28. 34. 35. 41. 42.
'Well, a steely nerve required at top level snooker. Mark Selby certainly possesses that. We know that from his 3 world title victories in the last 4 years. He's taken these nicely so far, leads by 41. Going to need a couple more reds with big colours to leave Ding needing snookers. And then it's effectively a best of 3 for the final.
46. 48. 49.
He's going to need another red after the pink because he'll be 51 in front. He took a yellow off the previous red, so 51 in front with 51 on. Another red to make sure. He had Ding in all sorts of trouble. Ding took 3.5 minutes trying to work his way out of that vicious snooker behind the yellow. He left a red onto this left corner pocket, and if Mark Selby can pot this one, then it should be 4-4. And he hasn't. Well, incredible. So Ding can tie. He needs blacks with the reds, but Selby could have absolutely made sure there, and we'd be into the next frame. As it is, not over the line yet in this 8th frame. That's why missed that one. Straight away he's on the black. Get it back on its spot. This is a chance here to force a respot, and it did not look likely. It could be a massive moment. If he can get this down to a respot, what a moment that would be. 5-3 or 4-4. Well, I think he's okay. I think he can get through to the red.
8.
Brown off its spot, but worry about that in a moment.
Nine.
Selby knows he should have nailed that red. Didn't help. He took a yellow off the previous red that he potted, and that meant that in taking the pink off the next red, Ding could still tie. So that contributed as well. But he obviously didn't expect to miss the red. Couldn't get on the red to stay on the black, so he's played the snooker, which is fair enough. Selby's in trouble, bottom line. Interesting moments here. 35 in it, as you see, 35 on. If Selby doesn't hit the red, then Ding can win the frame rather than simply force the respot. So Mark Selby did all that hard work, but missed the frame ball red, and now he's in trouble. He's missed it.
Foul. Ding Junhui
It's
4.
going to be a free ball, but it's not really any use to
Free
him.
ball.
It's red. I think it's possible, but it's risky. You could leave it near the pocket if you missed it. It's not a miss because Selby was 35 in front with 35 on. Ding doesn't want to put a colour safe or anything like that. It's not to his advantage, so it's a little bit of wonder ponder here, exactly what to do. Can't snooker behind the free ball. You can only do that when pink and black are on.
Brown ball.
Nominated brown, but as I say, can't snooker behind the brown. Trying to get distance between them. Hang on, he's not snookered him, has he? That's a foul. If he has. Not with the brown. Not with the brown, with the black. The cue ball kept running on, and that's a great shot. Yeah, for a moment I thought the white was going to stay behind the brown and snooker him on the red. That would have been a foul, but it's behind the black. It's a great shot. Selby under sudden pressure here. Of his own making, really. If he'd have potted that red, we'd be into the next frame by now. And this is another free ball.
Foul. No miss. Ding Junhui 5.
Can be called a miss this time. And has been.
Free ball.
Might have him put back here. You'd like the blue back on its spot, apart from anything else. Well, maybe not.
Pink ball.
Nominated pink as the extra red. Guess he's thinking it's only a slight adjustment Selby needs to hit the red. He's missed the pink though, so now he wishes he had him put back, even though still trouble. Yeah, and you regret missing that pink now. Just eased a little bit of pressure on Selby, who leads now by 26, needs red in the colour. Spectators leaning round to see where all this finishes up. It's absorbing stuff. Yeah, feeling the heat, they both are. 11:15 local time. This match started 3¾ hours ago, and there's still a potential 3 frames after this one, and we don't know who's won this frame yet. So midnight finish beckons. Well, he won't mind knocking the green safe. He doesn't need it at the moment, so that's worked out well for Selby. Not so good for Ding. Good pot. That's the pocket that he missed the red into earlier. So again, Ding can still tie at the moment, but if he can pot this pink, he needs snookers. Selby dodged a bit of a bullet here, possibly. Yeah, well, it's not there yet. And now he's pleased he got that green safe. 27 in it, 27 on. Selby not over the line and showing a few signs of pressure, you've got to say. Well, it's rather asking for it there. So Ding again in difficulty. Snooker behind the pink. He's got to hit the yellow, otherwise he needs a snooker himself. But of course, if he leaves the yellow on, Selby pots it, then he needs snookers anyway. Well, it's not the worst result. He nearly brought the green off as well, which would have been a bonus. But anyway, it's finished. Not too bad, although Selby will do his best to get him in trouble again here. Another epic battle on the colours, all of which again are off their spots. Match started with one of these sort of frames, a 50-minute frame. Selby's won these frames so far, these tactical ones. And he's still favourite to win this one. But he snookered again, and he's had chances. He's missed a red, he's missed a pink. Can't quite kill this 8th frame off. Well, as I say, the green being safe has favoured Selby.
Two.
But Ding bring it off here and try and apply pressure to Selby, who's starting to feel it, and he doesn't often, really. Maybe it's a accumulation of the season he's having, which hasn't been the best. ...40 minutes now for this 8th frame.
Junhui 2.
Now, where's this green going to finish? Not good for Ding. Should be Selby's frame. He's given it everything, though. He's made Selby sweat, but ultimately for nothing. Selby very relieved to see that green go in, and he's on the brown, so it's going to be 4-4, and it's going to be a best of 3 to see who reaches the final, and it's looking increasingly likely to be a midnight finish here this evening at the Guildhall. Ding had chances there to get back into the frame, possibly steal it, but Mark Selby very, very relieved to have won this frame. The match is going to take some winning. They're both feeling pressure. It's an epic battle. And in some ways, the winner is Ronnie O'Sullivan. If he's watching this, he'll be delighted. Because we still don't know who's going to play him in tomorrow's final. For the 4th time, they're level. Mark Selby relieved. I think that's all he can say about that. He's fallen over the line in frame 8 and he's levelled up with Ding Junhui at 4 frames all. Still here, it's late at night in Preston, but they've been here since the start. They're going to see it through. It may be too late for some, but however long it takes, we'll be here to the conclusion, as of course Mark Selby and Ding Junhui will be. It's 4-4. Level for the 4th time as Mark Selby just returns here to the arena with a possible 3 frames still to play. In an hour's time, just over, Saturday will become Sunday. Who's going to be the last man standing?
Thank you, frame 9. Ding Junhui to break.
So Ding had chances there in that last frame after Selby didn't get over the line, but in the end Selby put it away. It's 4-4 in an epic duel here at the Guildhall, which has seen many down the years, particularly in all the years, 20 years it hosted the UK Championship. Quite a few other tournaments since as well.
now. Junhui full.
Now, are we going to get a clean frame this time? Because there's been occasions where players have been getting in and the black's been covered. Well, it's not now. It's on its spot. Ding's potted this nice, crisp, long red. Pink and black available. A couple of reds available. So let's see how he gets on here. He's had a couple of big breaks, a 91 and a 94 either side of the interval. But not a lot of fluency since then, really. Well, this is a delicate operation. The ref's going to take a glove off, she said, to get it in the middle because he didn't want to drop it. Desislava Boshalova, this is delicate. Just adds to the intrigue. She's got to get it in line without touching a red. She may get a round of applause for it. Not only the players are under pressure here.
7.
Yes, well done. Yeah, quite right too. A little round of applause for the ref. Having to maintain her concentration as well in what's been a long evening.
8.
Well, it looks like into the reds here, so it's all about what sort of split he gets. It looks good. It looks very good. This is a chance for Ding. And crucially as well, not just getting reds open,
13.
he didn't cover the black, which can happen sometimes in that shot. Reds go onto the black, knock it on the top cushion or something. That didn't happen. Looks like that pink will go as well. So this is a definite scoring opportunity.
14.
For China's number 1 and the world number 4.
Twenty. 21. 28. 29. 36. 37. 40. 43. 44.
So after all the scrappiness of that last frame and a couple of others, all of which Ding has lost those sort of frames,
50.
this looks like a quick kill this time in frame 9. Good response, because, you know, he hadn't that half
51.
chance in the last frame. He would have been disappointed not to burst the Selby bubble in frame 8, but he stepped in here with what looks likely to be a frame-winning break, and he'll need just one more to win the match. So Selby under pressure, assuming Ding can close this out.
57. $58.
Red and a colour required here. The red would leave Selby needing one snooker, but he'd play on, so he needs a colour as well. But first things first, pot the red. And he's on the black. Great effort this from Ding. You know, all the fluency went out the window in that last frame, but it's returned by the bucket load in this one. And Ding
72.
looking dangerous. If he can get in again next frame, then who's to say this could end pretty quickly. But at the moment, it's going to be 5-4.
73.
First played Selby when Ding was just 14. He was a wild card in the 2002 China Open in Shanghai. A young player who is making strides in the junior and amateur game. Well, he's made strides considerably since then, as has Selby, who at the time was only 18 when they played, but has also come on leaps and bounds. The two, the best in the business, the best has ever been, and Ding is showing why here. Every chance now to make a century. He's been close a couple of times, a couple of 90 breaks, 91 and 94. This has been a very classy contribution at just the right time. Appreciated by this Guildhall crowd who have stayed on despite the lateness of the hour.
96. $97.
So it's going to be a century, the first of the match, to put Ding a frame from winning the match. Excellent stuff.
104.
Couldn't have made the highest break anyway, which is 140. He's delighted with the century. 104, a swift frame that, and it's gone to Ding Junhui, and he's back in front and needs one more frame to reach the final and set up that final day showdown with Ronnie O'Sullivan. China's #1 leads the world #1, Mark Selby, 5-4. Who is returning to the arena here looking for one more frame. He put together a very quick frame there, 104 from his first real chance to go back in front. Pressure on Mark Selby, the world champion, to respond in kind and force a decider.
Mark Selby to break.
So Mark Selby's just sat out a Ding Junhui century. Can he take us the distance? Well, This red has travelled, and it's thin, but it's onto the middle. Taking a bit of a bump off the middle knuckle. Well, it's on the yellow. That cue ball could have finished anywhere. It's a question of whether he can get on a red from the yellow. The one that's third left of the picture looks favourite. Yeah, he's got an angle to get towards it. Ding going for it here. He doesn't like all the scrappy frames. But won't like that positional shot either. He's not got there. Fallen right in between everything.
3.
Needed to keep on running that cue ball. And that's not great either. Where the white's finished.
Junhui, 3.
Wanted that cue ball to keep running on past the bault line towards the cushion. Selby still playing a very good safety game. He's been on top in that department. And you can understand why he needs to play it to keep Ding out. Red's coming back towards the pocket. It's going in the pocket. Wow, we've seen a few flukes tonight. Ding had one. Made a big break off it earlier on tonight. That was in frame 5. What can Selby do? What damage can he do from his fluke?
Three. Four.
Well, it could have been better, but I suppose Selby can't really bemoan his luck, having got him with a fluke. It's not clear whether this red goes to the middle. It's the only one potentially on. Very tight. Might just drop. Got to make sure of this one though, otherwise it could be the end of the match. No problem.
10.
But wrong side of the blue, so still work to do to get back for the next red. Just going to drop the blue in. Play the red from mid-distance. Well, you wouldn't put it past Selby, obviously, to level up here. This is just his sort of territory with his back to the wall. He comes out fighting. Well, having said all that, he's missed the red. Out of his hands for now.
Mark Selby 15.
So Ding Junhui in the frame he needs to reach the final. But there's a lot of pressure on. It's been a long match, this. He just made a nice 104 in the last frame, but it's different when it's the frame you need to win the match. Pressure intensifies in that situation. But at least he's given himself a chance.
6. Seven.
And that's worked out okay. Would be a lot easier if the black was on its spot, but it's not been that sort of match. A lot of times they've come, either of them have come to the table trying to make a break. Things have been awkward. They've been more awkward than this, though. Again, I would have liked the cue ball top side of the blue. It's straightish. Can't do much with the white here. Got the red to the left corner, though. Well, screwed in off the middle, so that's the end of that.
Selby 4.
I don't know, you sort of feel it's destined to go to a decider somehow. Don't think anyone would be surprised if that happened. Just 2 points in it. Selby's played another good safety, one of many from him tonight. Well, that last little flick on the green has left Selby snookered, it would seem. So that was handy for Ding. Well, Selby seems to be lining himself up for this. Red to the left corner. Well, he seemed to be, but in fact he played safe. But it could be safer. He's caught the black there, stopped the white going into the bulk end. Will Dick Ding be tempted by the same red? He won't. Tempted by that one though. Unless he gets in behind the black, which he hasn't. That's a mistake. And Selby surely going to pot this and surely going to get on a colour and be off and running. The black's always going to be there.
One.
There's a saver. So can Mark Selby take us the distance and
6.
force a decider? He's got his chance. Ding was in earlier on, lost his way, went in off the middle, the right middle.
Seven. Yep. 14.
Well,
15.
cue ball's just run on a little further than intended. With this black now going away from the reds. Well, he's played it well. He's manoeuvred the white nicely there.
22.
Ploughs on here into a 20-point lead.
Three.
Again, it's gone wrong slightly. He's on the pink, but he's going away from the reds. So in the end, just taking the points. Leads by 27.
29. Mark Selby, 29.
So Mark Selby's got himself 27 in front with 3 reds on in this 10th frame. Ding needing the frame to win the match. Selby needing another chance, but this looks good from Ding. What a great shot and what a time to play it. That could be huge. Mark Selby has not got a colour save, so if he leaves a chance at a red, it's a chance for Ding to win the match. All the colours pop where they are. Nothing on cushions, nothing in the way of security for Selby. This is trouble. Well, he's changed his plan of attack. He's coming off side cushions, trying to roll to these reds by the black. Has he got there? He has just. What touch! What touch from the world number 1. Brilliant. And that's not brilliant. It's given Selby the chance to level the match, which, you know, you just felt was going to happen anyway, because it's been that sort of contest, so closely fought. Looks like we're going to get another frame. He needs 2 reds here to make sure that happens.
1.
Well, Selby's just so tough, and he's shown it again here.
3.
Red and a black would leave Ding needing a snooker. Yes, excellent. Excellent cueing. You fancy him strongly for the black. He's checking the scoreboard again. If he pots it, he'll be 38 in front with 35 on, 1 snooker needed. So,
11.
4.5 hours after the match started, it looks like we're heading for a deciding frame finish. Ding needs a snooker, but he's in a snooker. Good hit though. Problem he's got is Selby's just such a good closer of the shop. He knows how to close down frames. Didn't do so very successfully a couple of frames ago, admittedly, but he did win it in the end. Just ticking along to 4 hours playing time. And the excitement, real excitement, still to come. It could be a Sunday finish to this match. Exactly what Ronnie O'Sullivan would have loved to happen, I'm sure. Get his final opponent to bed late, tired. Well, he's been off all day. And he's playing the best snooker anyway, so Ronnie O'Sullivan in a very strong position as he watches this from his hotel bed, I'm sure. Ding not giving this up yet, one snooker needed. And that doesn't help, does it? He's in one himself. Got to be professional here, but I'm sure in his mind he's preparing himself for the decider. Because even if he hits this red, he's got to get it safe. He's not hit it.
Oh.
And
I saw before.
could be a free ball either way. Surely Selby's frame now. Deshislava Voshalova is going to check to see if it's a free ball by placing another ball next to the red. Have to be able to hit both sides of that red, and if he can't, then it's a free ball. Complication here is, of course, it's ball in hand, so you've got to check from every angle. Now putting a ball by the blue, it's quite a delicate operation again for the referee, this. Well, no free ball has been awarded. She checked thoroughly, and he could obviously hit the side of the red. He could put Ding in, of course, himself. But the main thing for Selby is that there's breathing space here now, because it's only two snookers. Sorry, it's two snookers as opposed to only one. What an effort. What an effort. Ding not giving this up. Getting a snooker. Shouldn't be a free ball. That's one thing you've got to say. Even so, kind of underlines the sort of match it's been. They've both fought so hard. Selby tapping the table to appreciate the shot that was played. In some ways it's quite a big target actually in the corner there, but still got to hit it. Must not leave a free ball. It shouldn't be one.
Oh.
Not hit it though, so that's one of the two successfully laid. Interesting. Ding is really turning the screw here, doing to Selby what Selby's done to so many, piling on pressure. Even if he wins this frame now, and he's still favourite to do that, using up a lot of mental energy ahead of the decider. Well, who's to say there'll be a decider?
Oh.
And if this is a free ball, then this is big trouble for Selby. Ding can win already. Is this a free ball? This is a big call. It is. It's a free ball, so Ding has a chance to win. Incredibly. Mark Selby. How many frames does he lose when his opponent needs two snookers? But Ding got him in trouble. Brown, of course, counts as the extra red. Still work to do. Black awkward for a start, but Selby must be in bits there because it's out of his hands. Well, where's this? Well, he's held the brown spot, I think, or it's not going to impede the next shot anyway. No, he's okay.
One.
Oh, wow.
Six.
Everyone wondering if Ding's going to steal victory against the odds here. Especially that man. He's wondering more than anybody. Still work to do. Green to brown, the black's on the cushion, but point is he's got his chance. Well, it's not the greatest angle on the yellow to get to the green on the cushion. That's about all he could do, so
14.
He's not going to win the frame at this visit, but again he can try and put Selby in trouble. 20 points in it, 25 on. Frame that looked over a few minutes ago. He's very much alive.
Junhui 14.
Didn't want the knuckle. It's given Selby half a chance at the green. Not interested at this stage in anything like that. Playing a good safety. Selby just needs the green, of course. Ding needs all 5 colours. The black is still on that top cushion, but it's potable there. Not the worst nudge on the pink. He's looking desperately to see if he's covered it. He may be able to see some of the green. Kind of agony for Selby. He had the frame won, but he's got to win it all over again. Well, he could see the potting angle, but he's not potted it. Now the blues run a bit awkward, which has got to favour Selby, but this is so nervy now you just can't call it. Well, that's another snooker. He's sort of shaking his head as he finds himself in yet more trouble. 12 minutes to midnight. Ding Junhui looking to get this one while it's still Saturday. Mark Selby hoping to get back in and force a late decider. Side takes effect. He's hit it. Nothing easy at this point. Pressure on both of them. In goes the green. Still the problem with that blue though, that Selby rather fortuitously knocked into a safer position earlier, but he's going to give himself some sort of chance here, getting close to it.
Seven.
Well, we're down to the last 3 balls. Selby just needs the blue. Ding still needs blue, pink and black. What drama.
Junhui 7.
Couple of people creeping out. It is late, in fairness. Oh, he needs this to run past the middle. Just got there. Both still thinking clearly as well, still playing some good stuff. Again, from Ding there. He'd love Selby to move the black out. Selby doesn't want to do. That'll do nicely. He's a little fortunate, holds his hand up, but take anything at this stage, I'm sure. Remember, Mark Selby just needs the blue, and Ding needs another snooker. He's already got 2 in this frame to get to this position. Could just see the blue. Doesn't want the in off. Oh dear. Oh, another twist. So now he can only tie again. It's 18 in it, 18 on. Wow. It's a bit unlucky, really, but, well, who knows what's going to happen next. Can Ding see enough of this blue to pot it? Just about, I think. But, as I say, anything is missable at this stage. The pressure's on. Tension has really come down in the end of this 10th frame. So who knows? You've got the black out. Although it's going actually into a worse position. It's gone into a terrible position now, that black. For Ding, he's going to need it. Selby doesn't, so the pendulum has certainly swung towards Mark Selby here. Remember, this is not the decider. It feels like one. If Selby wins the frame, we've got another one. Blue's not in though. Wow. The agony continues. There's the frame time, 48 minutes. Incredible. It's turned into an absolute epic, but whoever wins the match is going to be shattered tomorrow, surely. To play Ronnie O'Sullivan in great form. O'Sullivan, who's had, what, 6 centuries in the tournament? 7, in fact, sorry, I've sold him short. 7 centuries in the tournament, he's had the whole day off. So one of these two's going to have to pick themselves up and take him on tomorrow. Won't be easy, even for Selby. did it in that World Final 2014. Difference there, it was a 2-day match, so he had a day to recover in effect, but tomorrow's first to 10, 2 sessions. Anyway, worry about that if he's here tomorrow. He's got the full 12 foot between them on this shot. And all things considered, he played it pretty well. Here's the scene. There's plenty of people still here. It's 4 minutes to midnight. Obviously quite a few have left, understandably, at the late hour, but plenty have stayed. Wondering who's going to prevail. Another good shot from Ding. You remember, can still force a respot, although the black has gone on the side cushion, which does not favour him quite clearly. But if he could pop blue and pink, he has a chance to play a safety on the black. Try and force an error from Selby. Now this is going to kiss the pink. Ding, you know, he could have conceded when he needed the 2 snookers, but he didn't. He stuck to his task. He got them on that last red, got the free ball. Both players still playing some great safety. Well, let's push the pink into a very potable position. Now again, Selby does not want to go anywhere near the black here. But if he leaves the blue on, the pink's on. Not left it on though, he's played another great shot. Another one to add to the collection. Well, I was going to say, needs the blue to keep running, and he's got him in trouble here. He's playing some stuff, Ding. They both are. Selby coming to look at blue and pink together. Got to be so careful. It's almost a plant. Well, he's judged it well. Oh dear, Ding's knocked the pink in, he's left the blue on. So that's the end of that frame. At the stroke of midnight, Mark Selby has finally levelled up at 5-all, and we're going into Sunday, one more frame to decide who plays Ronnie O'Sullivan in the final. It is still not over. Mark Selby 5, Ding Junhui 5. So Ding Junhui and Mark Selby go for one more frame to decide who reaches the final of the World Grand Prix. Selby won that epic 10th frame, Ding to break in the decider, 5 each. Just could not predict it. I mean, Selby's got a great record in deciders, but it's been edgy and tense tonight. There's been some big breaks as well, most of them from Ding. We'll see. Selby just delighted to have taken it this far after almost losing that 10th frame. Don't think he's on the black. Good pot, but has not made it onto the black. Long potting has been particularly good on both sides. The safety's been good. It's been a good match, but some of the frames have got dragged out. But all those frames that have been long and scrappy, Mark Selby has ultimately won.
Mark Selby won.
Saw a chance to get in, was on the black, but the red fails to drop. $13.11 it was on the head-to-head to Selby coming in between them. But there's only actually been 3 deciders between them previously. Selby won one of them, Ding the other 2. Last decider was 7 years ago in the Wuxi Classic. That's the one Selby won. Well, he's just cannon that red, I think, into a potable position. You saw Ding almost sprinting to the table. The other one goes anyway to the right corner. So Selby got in with a long red, didn't get on a colour. This is Ding's first real chance to make an impression on the decider. So many people still here have seen it through to the bitter end, even though it's nearly 10 past midnight local time. There are a hardy lot here in Preston. It's a snooker town. Hosted the UK Championship for 20 years and many other tournaments as well since. Are they watching the key moment of the whole night here? Ding in and the decider. Develop reds.
6, 7, sorry.
Is on 1-2 the left middle, but could have been a better split. There's one thinnish one to the left corner as well. They'll need long stuff for that. This is a little awkward queuing. Played it well, considering the pressure of the situation. He's played it really well. Two great players have had relatively quiet seasons, or certainly quiet run-ins to this World Grand Prix. They both won ranking events in the early part of the campaign, but a couple of early exits in big events have been disappointing for them. And defeat is going to be disappointing for whoever is on the wrong side of it tonight, because they've both given absolutely everything in every department.
18.
At the moment, Ding is favourite by virtue of being at the table, but he knows that Selby never gives in, and if he gets another chance, then he'll be determined to put it away himself. So
19.
The focus is on Ding, but the pressure's on him as well, as he tries to compile a winning break in this deciding frame. Trying to nudge a few more reds out into the open, which he's done.
26.
Looks like he's on the red to the left middle. Shaping up to be a good chance, this. And he's been positive all night. You know, Selby, as he always does, has thrown everything at him, but
27.
he stayed in that positive frame of mind. In that last frame, playing with the snookers, he gave Selby a little taste of his own medicine, and it nearly worked.
34. Five.
In front.
41.
With open reds to go at. Big colours to go at as well. Definite chance
42.
for Ding to win this now.
48. Nine.
Blue puts him 53 in front. So we'll need a couple more reds. This is turning into a great break considering the importance of it, the lateness of the hour. The pressure on Ding to get the job done.
$54. 55.
So he needs red and a colour, and Selby needs a snooker.
58.
Selby's not had much of a look in this decider. Potted a long red earlier, but didn't get on a colour.
59.
He's giving it everything the world number one, as you'd expect, but if this blue goes in, he needs a snooker. What a break it's been from Ding. He's lost a lot of the scrappy close frames tonight, but he's made breaks, and he's made a very important one here to surely win this match. One more red to make absolutely sure. So it looks like Ding Junhui against Ronnie O'Sullivan in the final of the World Grand Prix. Of course, Ding beat O'Sullivan in the World Championship quarterfinals at the Crucible last year. O'Sullivan, though, got a very good record against him. But tomorrow's another day, and, well, in fact, it's later today, because we're midnight local time. Ding's got to just try and regroup. He's not got long. O'Sullivan's had the whole day off. And he's favourite, but Ding's there. That's the point. He's got a chance. Mark Selby will be very disappointed, having been out there for 5 hours to just come up short. He goes again at the Welsh Open on Monday night in Cardiff.
77.
Now, can Ding finish with a century? He's got to get on this last red, obviously, to do that. I don't think he really cares, to be honest. He's won. That's all that matters. He'll do his best to get position. Well, like I say, it doesn't matter. He's got the job done.
83.
With an excellent break to win it. One visit is all he needed in the decider. Ding Junhui, with that great 83, wins an epic semi-final here in Preston. A warm handshake from Mark Selby. Every credit to him. He must be disappointed. He gave it everything over 5 hours. But it's Ding Junhui who will play Ronnie O'Sullivan in the final on Sunday. He's finally put away Mark Selby. 6 frames to 5. Oh, what an epic that was. Well, he needs a good night's sleep. He's still got his media commitments and everything to do, but then he's got to try and be as fresh as he can tomorrow. But he's happy to be in the final, obviously. Can't wait, I'm sure, to take on Ronnie O'Sullivan in the showpiece final tomorrow.